Most people are asking the wrong question about AI. They ask, which jobs will AI replace? But the more useful question is smaller. Which office tasks are already being replaced? Because most businesses do not wake up one morning and replace an entire person with a robot. They replace one repetitive task, then another, then another. And before anyone announces a revolution, the workflow already feels different. That is what is happening now. AI is not just a flashy chatbot on the side of the business. It is quietly moving into the small, annoying tasks that used to eat up the workday. Here are 7 office tasks being replaced first. Task 1 is meeting notes. For years, meetings created a second job after the meeting. Someone had to remember what was said, write down the decisions, pull out the action items, and send a recap. Now, AI note tools can join the call, transcribe the conversation, summarize the key points, and turn the discussion into tasks. The value is not just the transcript. The value is that decisions do not disappear into someone's memory. A good meeting system now answers 3 questions automatically. What did we decide? Who owns the next step? And when is it due? That is a real replacement of office work. Not because humans stop meeting, but because humans stop spending as much time cleaning up after meetings. Task 2 is first draft email writing. Email is one of the biggest hidden costs in a business, not because any single email is hard, but because there are so many of them. Checking in with a lead, following up after a call, responding to a customer, summarizing a decision, sending a polite reminder. Most of these emails are not original masterpieces. They are structured communication. AI is good at first drafts because first drafts are often pattern-based. The human still decides the tone, the judgment, and the final message, but the blank page is gone. That changes the speed of communication. Task 3 is research summaries. Every knowledge worker knows this loop. Open 10 tabs, skim 5 articles, copy a few notes, forget where the useful detail came from, then try to explain it to someone else. AI research tools are starting to compress that process. They can summarize long documents, compare sources, extract key points, and turn messy information into a briefing. This does not remove the need to verify important claims, but it does remove a lot of the first-pass scanning. The shift is simple. People spend less time finding the shape of the information and more time judging what it means. That is the part businesses actually care about.
Task 4 is spreadsheet cleanup. This one sounds boring, but it matters. A lot of business work is not analysis. It is cleaning the data before analysis can even begin. Fixing inconsistent names, splitting columns, removing duplicates, finding missing values, changing formats, creating simple formulas. AI can now help with many of those repetitive spreadsheet steps. It can suggest formulas, explain errors, categorize rows, and turn rough data into something usable. The person still needs to understand the business question, but the mechanical cleanup takes less time. That is a major productivity shift because messy data is everywhere. Task 5 is customer support drafting. Support teams answer the same kinds of questions again and again. Where is my order? How do I reset my password? Can I change my plan? What does this feature do? AI can draft replies based on a company's policies, help center, past tickets, and customer context. That does not mean every response should be sent automatically. In fact, the best support workflows usually keep a human approval step for anything sensitive, emotional, expensive, or unusual. But for common questions, AI can prepare the answer before a person even opens the ticket. That means faster replies and less repetitive typing. Task 6 is content repurposing. A lot of companies already have useful ideas hidden inside calls, webinars, newsletters, support tickets, and internal documents. The problem is that turning a long video into short clips, a transcript into a blog outline, a webinar into social post, or a customer question into a help article takes time. AI can turn a long video into short clips, a transcript into a blog outline, a webinar into social post, or a customer question into a help article. The important word is repurpose, not copy. Good content still needs taste, editing, and a point of view. But AI makes it easier to extract the raw material. That is why content teams are changing from pure creators into editors, operators, and system designers. Task 7 is scheduling and coordination. Nobody starts a business because they love finding a time that works for 6 people. But coordination work is everywhere. Booking meetings, moving calls, sending reminders, collecting availability, following up when someone does not respond. Automation tools and AI assistant are taking over more of this work. The result is not exciting, but it is valuable. Fewer back-and-forth messages, fewer missed meetings, fewer small delays that slow everything down. And that is the pattern across all 7 tasks. AI is not replacing the whole office. It is replacing the friction around the office. Meeting cleanup, email first drafts, research summaries, spreadsheet cleanup, support drafting, content repurposing, scheduling. None of those tasks are the full job, but together, they make up a large part of the modern workday. This is why the smartest way to think about AI is not as a magic employee. Think of it as a layer of task compression. It compresses the repetitive parts of work so people can spend more time on judgment, relationships, strategy, and original thinking. That is also where the risk is. If a company uses AI to remove thinking, quality drops. If a company uses AI to remove repetitive drag, the work gets faster. The winners will not be the teams that automate everything. The winners will be the teams that know what should be automated, what should be reviewed, and what should stay human. That is the real office shift happening right now. If you want more breakdowns of the systems changing modern work, subscribe to Signal Stack.